हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। इस वीडियो में हम एमएससी जूलॉजी 4th सेमेस्टर फर्स्ट पेपर न्यूरोफिजियोलॉजी एंड जर्नल फिजियोलॉजी सब्जेक्ट कैरिज ऑफ ऑक्सीजन एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड टॉपिक का स्टडी करेंगे, जिसका इंट्रोडक्शन है। रेस्पिरेशन इज वन ऑफ द एसेंशियल प्रोसेस ऑफ लाइफ, allowing organism to produce energy required for survival. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are two gases central to this process. Oxygen is vital for cellular respiration, while carbon dioxide is a waste product of metabolism. Both gases are transported in the blood between the lungs and tissue through highly specialized mechanisms. This essay explores the process of oxygen and carbon dioxide transport, detailing their importance and physiological pathways. Definition of oxygen transport and carbon dioxide transport. Oxygen transport: the movement of the oxygen and oxygen from the lungs to body tissue via blood is called oxygen transport. And carbon dioxide transport: the removal of carbon dioxide, a metabolic waste product, from tissue to the lungs for exhalation. Mechanism of gas transport. First, transport of oxygen. Oxygen is transported in the blood by two main methods. First, bound to hemoglobin, and second, dissolved in plasma. First, bound to hemoglobin. About 98% of oxygen binds to hemoglobin in red blood cells, forming oxyhemoglobin. Hemoglobin structures allow it to carry 4 oxygen molecules. Oxygen binding is influenced by partial pressures, pH, temperature, and carbon dioxide levels. Second, dissolved in plasma. A small portion, about 2% of oxygen, dissolved in plasma. This dissolved oxygen contributes to the partial pressure of oxygen in the blood, helping diffusion. Second, oxygen dissociated curve. The oxygen hemoglobin dissociate curve explains the relationship between oxygen saturations and partial pressure. Factor like lower pH and higher temperature shift the curve to the right, facilitate oxygen release in tissue. Third, transport of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is transported from tissue to the lungs by 3 mechanisms. First, bicarbonate ions. Second, carboamino compound, and third, dissolved in plasma. First, bicarbonate ion. Nearly 70% of carbon dioxide is carried as bicarbonate. In red blood cells, carbon dioxide reacts with water, forming carbonic acids, which dissociates into bicarbonate and hydrogen ions. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme carbonic anhydrase. Second, carboamino compounds. About 20 to 23% of carbon dioxide binds to hemoglobin, forming carboamino hemoglobin. Carbon dioxide binds to the protein part globulin of hemoglobin, not to the iron. Dissolved in plasma. Around 7 to 10% of carbon dioxide dissolved directly in plasma. This portion helps maintain the blood acid-base balance. Exchange of lungs and tissue. At the lungs, external respirations. Oxygen diffuses from alveoli into the blood due to a high partial oxygen in the alveoli and low partial oxygen in the blood. Carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood into the alveoli for exhalation. At the tissues is internal respirations. Oxygen diffuses from blood into tissue where partial oxygen is lower. Carbon dioxide diffuses from tissue to the blood where its concentration is higher. Regulations of gas transport. The transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide is regulated by several physiological factors. First, partial pressure gradients drive diffusion of gases in and out of blood. Bohr's effect enhance oxygen unloading in tissues with high carbon dioxide or low pH. Haldane effect promote carbon dioxide transport when oxygen levels are low. pH and temperature affect hemoglobin's affinity for oxygen. Importance of oxygen and carbon dioxide transport. Oxygen transport ensure that tissue receives adequate oxygen for energy production via cellular respiration. Carbon dioxide transport prevent accumulation of carbon dioxide, which can lead to acidosis in life-threatening conditions. Conclusion: the transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide is a finely tuned physiological process critical to maintaining life. The interplay between hemoglobin, plasma, and enzymatic reactions ensure efficient gas exchange and homeostasis. Understanding this mechanism is essential for recognizing how the respiratory and circulatory system work together to support cellular activities. References: